1. Ultimate Craft Room Organization Tips and Tricks, DIY Storage Solutions for a Perfect Crafting Space. 2. Welcome back to the channel, crafters. 3. If you're passionate about crafting and love having everything neat and organized, then today's video is perfect for you. I'm about to take you on a tour of my very own craft room and share some of my top tips and tricks for keeping everything tidy and accessible. Whether you're a sewing enthusiast, a scrapbooker, or into DIY projects, I've got plenty of practical ideas that will help you organize your materials, tools, and projects. Plus, I'll be showing you some easy-to-create DIY storage solutions that you can replicate at home. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on any crafting tips. Let's get into it. Section 1. The importance of craft room organization. Before we dive into all the tips and tricks, let's talk about why organization in your craft room is essential. Having a tidy and well-organized craft space isn't just about aesthetics, though that's certainly a bonus. Being organized allows you to find what you need quickly, avoid purchasing duplicate supplies, and create more efficiently. When your crafting space is chaos-free, your mind is free to focus on what matters, your creativity. An organized space can also prevent frustration. Imagine you're mid-project, and you can't find your glue gun or that special fabric you need. 1. That's where an organized room can make a massive difference. 2. Not only does it save you time, but it also helps keep your creativity flowing smoothly. 3. Now that we understand why organization is so important, let's get started with some foundational tips to keep your crafting area clean, accessible, and clutter-free. 4. Section 2. Step-by-step craft room organization tips. Tip 1. Zone your space based on activity. One of the most effective strategies to organize a craft room is zoning. Think of your crafting room as different zones based on activities. 1. For instance, you could have a 2. Sewing zone. This area would contain your sewing machine, threads, scissors, fabrics, and patterns. 3. Paper crafting zone. For scrapbookers, card makers, or artists, store paper, stamps, punches, and embellishments in this area. Painting zone. If you work with paints, have a space dedicated to brushes, paint tubes, palettes, and canvases. By organizing your crafting supplies by activity, you can keep things streamlined and easy to access. It's much easier to stay organized when everything has its designated home. Tip 2. Use clear storage containers for visibility. Investing in clear storage bins and containers is one of the best organizational moves you can make. Why? Because it allows you to see what's inside without having to rummage through every drawer or basket. Clear containers are particularly useful for storing small items like buttons, beads, ribbons, and other embellishments. You can place these containers on shelves, in drawers, or even stack them if you're short on space. 1. To make it even more efficient, label each container. 2. Use a label maker or print out your labels to clearly identify what's inside each bin. 3. Trust me, labeling is a game changer. 4. Tip 3. Utilize vertical space with pegboards and wall shelves. When it comes to organizing small craft rooms, vertical space is your best friend. 1. Installing pegboards on the wall allows you to hang scissors, rulers, rotary cutters, or spools of thread, making them easy to grab when needed. 2. Pegboards are highly customizable, so you can arrange the hooks and shelves to suit your needs perfectly. 3. In addition to pegboards, consider installing wall-mounted shelves to store bulkier items like fabrics, storage bins, or tools. 4. This keeps your work surfaces clear while giving you extra room to store supplies. Tip 4. DIY drawer dividers for small supplies. Drawers can quickly become cluttered if you toss all your supplies in there without organization. Avoid the junked drawer syndrome by creating DIY drawer dividers. 1. All you need are some cardboard or foam boards and a bit of creativity. 2. Cut the cardboard to fit inside your drawers and create smaller compartments for your supplies. 3. This way, You can keep items like washi tape, scissors, pens, and markers neatly in their own sections. 4. For an extra pop of personality, cover the cardboard dividers with colorful or patterned paper. Tip 5. Repurpose household items for crafts storage. 1. You don't have to spend a fortune on expensive storage systems. 2. Many household items can be repurposed into excellent craft storage solutions. 3. Here are a few ideas. 4. Mason jars. Use mason jars to store buttons, small embellishments, or even paintbrushes. You can line them up on a shelf for easy access. Old spice racks. A rotating spice rack is a fantastic way to store small containers of beads, glitter, or sequins. Tension rods. Install tension rods inside a cabinet or shelf to hold rolls of wrapping paper, ribbons, or fabric. 1. Silverware trays. Repurpose cutlery trays to organize pens, brushes, or crafting tools in your drawers. 2. With a little creativity, you can turn everyday items into functional storage solutions for your craft room. Tip 6. Rolling carts for mobility and flexibility. 1. Rolling carts are an absolute must-have for crafters who love flexibility. 2. These mobile storage solutions are perfect for keeping your most used supplies nearby while allowing you to move them around your space as needed. You can create a dedicated rolling cart for each type of crafting you do. For example, sewing cart, fill with fabric, thread, needles, and scissors. Painting cart, store paints, brushes, palettes, and canvases. Paper crafting cart, keep your papers, punches, stamps, and ink pads organized. The great thing about rolling carts is that they provide storage without being permanently fixed to one spot, giving you more flexibility in how you use your space. Tip 7. Storage solutions for fabric and paper. Fabric and paper are two crafting supplies that can be difficult to store, but with a bit of creativity, they can be managed efficiently. Fabric storage. If you have a large fabric stash, fold your fabrics and store them in a filing cabinet. Place each fabric piece in a file folder, and you'll be able to flip through your fabrics as easily as you would documents. Paper storage. Stackable paper trays are perfect for scrapbookers or anyone who works with paper. You can categorize papers by color, pattern, or type and store them neatly in trays that fit onto shelves. Section 3. DIY craft room storage solutions. Now, it's time to get into some DIY storage projects that you can easily create at home to add more order to your craft room. DIY Project 1. Craft supply wall organizer materials. 1 pegboard. Size depends on your available wall space. Hooks for the pegboard. Small baskets or containers for organizing spray paint, optional for color customization instructions. Customize the pegboard. Spray paint your pegboard a color that matches your room decor or keep it neutral. Let it dry completely. Hang it up. Mount the pegboard on your wall, ensuring it is securely attached. Add hooks and containers. Start adding hooks, baskets, and other organizational pieces to hold your tools and supplies. You can add containers for pens, scissors, washi tape, or ribbon spools. Organize your supplies. Hang your supplies on the pegboard in a way that makes sense for your crafting routine. This DIY organizer is perfect for keeping frequently used tools at your fingertips. DIY Project 2. Mason jar storage shelves. Materials. 4 to 6 mason jars, depending on shelf size, or wooden plank or pre-made shelf screws and drill shelf brackets. Instructions. Prepare the shelf. Attach brackets to your wooden plank to create a shelf for the jars. Drill into the mason jar lids. Drill a small hole into the center of each mason jar lid. Attach the lids. Screw the mason jar lids directly into the underside of your shelf. Screw on the jars. Once the lids are attached, simply screw the mason jars into the lids. You now have easy access storage for small items like beads, buttons, or pins. This simple storage solution is great for crafters who want to save space while keeping supplies visible and organized. DIY Project 3. Magnetic tool organizer materials. Magnetic knife strip, typically used in kitchens. Strong adhesive or screws for mounting instructions. Mount the magnetic strip. Find a convenient spot on your wall, near your crafting desk, and mount the magnetic strip using strong adhesive or screws. Stick your tools on it. Attach your metal crafting tools, like scissors, needles, or small pliers, to the strip for easy access. This is an easy, affordable way to keep tools within reach and off your workspace. Section 4. Maintaining your organized craft room. Now that everything is beautifully organized, it's essential to maintain it. Here are a few strategies for keeping your craft room tidy. Clean as you go. After each project, take a few minutes to put supplies back where they belong. This will prevent clutter from building up. Schedule regular decluttering. Set aside time every month or so to declutter your space. Get rid of items you no longer use and make sure everything is in its designated spot. Update your storage as your needs change. As you add new supplies or switch up your crafting interests, be flexible with your storage solutions. You might need to rearrange things to keep your space functional. And that wraps up our ultimate guide to organizing your craft room. Whether you're a seasoned crafter or just getting started, these tips and DIY storage solutions are sure to help you create a space that is both functional and inspiring. Remember, an organized craft room not only saves you time but also enhances your creative process. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment with your favorite organization tip, and don't forget to subscribe for more crafting inspiration. Thanks for watching and happy crafting!